Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Andy K, and to all the returning subscribers, thank you for coming back by. And if you're not a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Pause this video, go subscribe, and make sure you come back. So without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. So I have my notebook right here, so don't forget all the juiciness and all the drama of episode 11. So let's get straight into it. So from episode 10, we saw Nonku had invited the ladies to a trip in Cape Town, which they weren't too sure they wanted to go, or they thought that Nonku was not serious. Well, baby, episode 11, we see all the ladies in Cape Town, and of course Nonku being the host. So we see all the ladies there except Sorisha, but worry not, Sorisha's going to be coming later on in the Cape Town trip. So we see all the ladies go to the Table Bay Hotel. They arrive at their rooms, but some of the ladies were complaining that, oh, you know, we arrived at our rooms at the hotel, but we did not get any access keys. Like, you know, even Mabusi, which I can remember, is just like, you know, normally when you go to a hotel, you get our access keys. Where are our access keys? So Nonku decides to send a WhatsApp message to the ladies and tells the ladies that let's all meet by the pool, and of course the dress code has to be sexy because that is Nonku's brand. So the ladies arrive at the pool, obviously coming in their sexy numbers. Not everyone is wearing bikinis, but you know, their interpretation of sexy. So we see KG, you know, kind of chilling, you know, not bothered by anything at the pool, and then Ayanda and Lotonto come. So, you know, all the ladies look absolutely amazing in their swimwear. We see Lotonto, we see Ayanda, we see Mabusi, we see Annie, we see Nonku. All of them look absolutely amazing in their definition of sexy. And then obviously drama. So the drama started where KG, as I said, was by the pool, you know, just relaxing, just chilling, you know, chill vibes. And then Nonku, Latongo, and Ayanda come by the pool. And if I'm not mistaken, one of the ladies asked KG what she's doing, and then KG says she's tanning. And obviously Nonku, she's like, oh, black people don't tan. And then we go to the whole conversation of you're not African enough. So Nonku decides to say she's not African enough, and that's where the whole confrontational starts. So KG is just like, how am I not African enough? Who said black people can't tan? You know, all of those things. And of course Nonku's adding fuel to the fire and does not want to stop saying this whole black people don't tan anyway, blah 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 blah. And of course KG and Nonku have a whole debate of the not being African enough. You know, KG did say it is tribalistic what they are saying and what they are doing, and then, you know, they kind of go at it, and then Latonto and Nonku go at it. I can't remember why they went at it, but I think it's the whole thing of not being African enough too, if I can remember correctly, but they also go at it. And then, you know, as the fuel dies down and as the whole drama dies down, Nonku formally, you know, invites the ladies to Cape Town by giving them their access keys. So while Nonku is giving all the ladies their access keys one by one, of course, as predictable, Nonku gives Mabusi the last access keys. And Nonku says, oh yeah, she first said, Mabusi, I don't think your access key is here. And Mabusi was not having it. She was not the one today. So Mabusi was just like, you know what? If my access key is not here, sharp, let me go back to Joburg. No, let me go back to Durban. Sorry. Let me go back to Durban. Let me go back home. You know, I'm not having this. If I'm not welcome here, why am I here? Obviously, a very bad joke on Nonku's side, as always. So Nonku and Mabusi go at it, and Mabusi's just like, why are you always making fun of me? Why I'm always the last one to get something? And Nonku again adding fuel to the fire, just like yeah, we have fuck. So just adding fuel to the fire. Nonku's obviously joking, but you know, in my opinion, as I said, there's a time and a place, and the whole Mabusi picking on Mabusi all the time is getting a bit old. And considering that Nonku is her friend, like, I don't understand. Mabusi came through Nonku. Now I don't understand why Nonku keeps on picking on Mabusi, you know, making her feel like the black sheep of the whole group. And personally, it's not cool. Like, if I was Mabusi, I'd also be like, heartful. I'd be here and be telling Nonku that, you know, as I'm not having it today too. So Mabusi was just like, I'm not the one today. Nonku apologizes to Mabusi, like jokingly apologizes to Mabusi. Mabusi's still not having it, and you know, Ayanda said in a confessional that, you know, Nonku does like going at Mabusi, and you know, it's the same thing that I said. Nonku being Mabusi's friend, why she's always doing that. And then obviously they go at it, and then KG says into Mnandi pinned on the sidelines. And I remember Ayanda when he was just like, oh, into Mnandi pinned, and like was like, how am gay, you know, all those stuff, not knowing. I don't think KG fully understands what into Mnandi pinned means in that situation. So in that situation, because Nonku and Mabusi are going at it, by her saying into Mnandi pinned means that what's happening here is good. I don't think she knew that that's what it meant. So I was just like, oh, okay, that's what you think. And then Kate was like, no, you know, I'm just saying a phrase that you guys always say and all that stuff. And then in the confessional, I was just like, you know what, if you don't know Zulu, just don't speak it. Mabusi decides to leave the ladies because she is pissed. And then Ayanda Ngwane follows Mabusi, and Mabusi is just like saying, why am I always the one who was like, you know, picked on? I've had enough of this group. You guys laugh at me. You guys do this at me. Ayanda says, no, we don't do that. You know, she's kind of like comforting her. And Mabusi is just like, you know what, I'm not coming back. I'm going to my room to go clear my head, and off Mabusi goes. Then Ayanda comes back and she tells the ladies that, you know what, Mabusi is pissed, and I think that all the ladies should apologize to her. And you know, they didn't really have a problem with that. They said they will apologize to her. I think they said that, and then that's that. And then Nonku says that later on the night she's going to be having a games night, and that's where the whole scene ends. So we are at the games night, ha ha ha. So obviously we start with the host, Nonku Williams, being late to her own games night. So the scene starts with Ayanda, I think Annie and KG waiting for Nonku. Nonku comes in with this very sexy number. As always, that is her brand, sexiness. And she apologizes to the ladies for coming late. And then all the ladies come in. Sarisha comes, and evidently enough, Sarisha and KG are matching, which was so for me personally, it was so cute. You know, they were matching by mistake. You know, what a coincidence, they were matching. It was so cute. You know, it was just like, oh, a very ha 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 moment at that time. And then obviously Mabusi is not joining the party because she was not having it, as I was saying, which I don't blame Mabusi. I would not be there too. So she decides to not come to the games night. That Tonto confirms it, and Ayanda confirms that Mabusi is not coming to the games night. So the ladies decide to talk about the Mabusi situation because Sarisha is left at the dog, and she was not there prior to the whole games night thing, and she was not there when, you know, the whole Mabusi situation starts. So they just tell about Mabusi and what happened. Obviously Sarisha, being, you know, the kind-hearted soul that she is, she sympathizes with Mabusi a lot. She was even like, should I go talk to Mabusi? And they were like, no, you know, Mabusi wants to be left alone and all those things. So the games night, the game they were playing was match a name to a statement. So for example, it was like, who always comes late to dinner? Then you match name to that statement. One of the statements, it was actually a really quite light-hearted, fun game. So one of the statement was like, who's most likely to buy something stupid? And the ladies was like, Annie would buy something stupid. That was like really hilarious. And another one was like, who's most likely to steal someone's man? And we all know who's most likely to steal someone's man, because we had a little pandemic happening over there with Ayanda and Nonku and Skisongane. So everyone kind of laughed, and we were just like, obviously it's Nonku. You know, it's just a really fun, light-hearted game that, once there wasn't drama, and it was just light-hearted, it was just fun, and no one really took offense to the whole game, which I really enjoyed. So the following morning, we see Nonku go out for a little breakfast kind of thing with Sarisha, Annie, and KG. She begins to tell the ladies that she wants to apologize with Mabusi. She feels very bad for Mabusi. You know, she feels like what she was doing was wrong, and she thinks that she should give Mabusi flowers or chocolates just so Mabusi sees how sympathetic she is and that she's really genuine about her whole apology. At that breakfast, Sarisha decides to bring that Versace perfume, which she didn't want to give Nonku at the time when Sarisha was hosting her boho chic kind of dinner picnic kind of thing. Obviously, Nonku being Nonku, she was very happy, she was very excited. She was even like, I'm gonna add this to my collection. And Sarisha made sure to tell Nonku that we don't have any bad blood between me and you. The only problem was that you didn't want to participate in the challenge at the time, and I felt like you didn't deserve a present, but here you go, here is your present. So love that for Sarisha, absolutely a fave. So after the breakfast lunch thing Nonku, Sarisha, KG, and Annie had, we see the ladies at a vineyard. So the ladies are definitely not dressed for the vineyard. Nonku had told the ladies prior to them going to the vineyard that it is a surprise where they're going. And I believe that Nonku could have, if it was a surprise, I believe that Nonku could have just told them that, you know what, I have a surprise for you guys, but don't wear heels, don't wear jeans, don't wear this, don't wear that. The ladies were completely not dressed for the vineyard. We see the likes of Ayanda and Wane totally bedazzled. They were in a bedazzled jacket, bedazzled jean, bedazzled headband. The other ladies were wearing other things, but not the dress code for the vineyard, excuse me. So Lakunko did complain that she feels like Nonku could have just told them what to wear. Like, come on, even if it is a surprise, just tell us what to wear. Nonku says the ladies are going to go harvest some wine. So the ladies not interested. They don't seem too interested, and they don't seem not interested. It's just like kind of like, oh, okay, it's cool, you know, we up to whatever's going to happen. So Nonku then adds that today they're harvesting, and they'll be giving back to the ladies that harvest at that vineyard, and they'll be giving back to the ladies' education, which I really feel is, you know, very top 2 and not 2. As Sarisha says, she's always into giving back to the community, and I just feel like that was something really sweet coming from Nonku. So the ladies are greeted by, I can't remember her name, but they're greeted by a lady who you know, gives them a brief explanation of the vineyard. And KG, being the person that she is, she asked Nonku if that is her sommelier. So if we go to previous episodes, Nonku had an event, and the event was a mess. It was a mess up event, and she was waiting for a sommelier. The sommelier didn't come. It was just a thing, you know, amongst the ladies that Nonku's event was messed up. So KG goes to Nonku, was like, oh, is that your sommelier? And Nonku was like, no, she's not my sommelier, and she said another name. But it's actually quite funny that KG did ask Nonku that. So, and then we end off with Lekongo saying, I can't remember what she said. Oh, I think she said something along the lines of, this is what we're doing today. And she's like, shwele, which is like Tonko's kind of thing of saying shwele or saying damn it or saying gay, which I absolutely love about like Tonko. I absolutely love her statements. I absolutely love her when she speaks Zulu, like wase ibinga lang impela. She's a real binga. Ladies have a challenge at the vineyard of how many grapes can each ladies collect. So that was the whole challenge or thing for the day. And KG proceeds to talk to Mabusi and apologizes to Mabusi for what happened at the pool party kind of thing. And she tells KG tells Mabusi that what happened was quite unfortunate. She didn't enjoy the whole thing, and she apologizes to Mabusi if Mabusi didn't feel offended by anything that happened the day before. KG says sorry, and they hug it out with Mabusi. And I mean, Mabusi is kind of like, she doesn't care. KG has apologized before, but it's something that has been going on and on and on and on. And you know, it's not that she doesn't take the apology, or she does. She just does not give a damn about the apology, which I don't blame her, because again, I would not too. I would just kind of be like, okay, it's cool, let's leave it at that, and be prepared if they're going to come at me again. So we are ending off that kind of segment with Ayanda winning the challenge. She's very excited, yay. And then Nonku says she has another surprise. So that was the end of that segment, with Nonku saying she has another surprise. So Nonku's surprise, I assume, was a ladies' dinner. So they were having a dinner outside. They had kind of like an L-shaped kind of setup, and you know, all the ladies were just dressed, you know, kind of chilled, kind of relaxed, but not Miss Ayanda. Ayanda does not do chilled. Ayanda does not do relaxed, but she does very over the top. You know, I loved her dress. She was dressed very nice, you know, dress, heels, wearing a short hair, you know. She looked absolutely stunning, and the ladies were absolutely, you know, complimenting her, like, oh wow, Ayanda, you look so nice. You know, I think that was the first time they saw her with short hair, because they're like, oh wow, you look so nice with short hair. And her hair was blonde, and you know, obviously being the diva that she is, she was kind of feeling herself like, the madam always has tricks up her sleeve. And you know, Ayanda being Ayanda, you know, we know how she is now, you know, nothing new about Ayanda right now. Ayanda comes to the table. She apologizes for being late, and Annie adds to Ayanda saying she apologizes for being late, and Annie was like, oh, standard procedure. And the look Ayanda gave Annie the look, I mean, I also felt that look that Ayanda gave Annie. It was kind of like a really stern look, where like, not today, not today. And I saw Annie was like, oof, okay, I was just joking, but you know, let me get out of the diva's way. And then Nonku apologizes for not telling the ladies about, you know, the dress code of the vineyard, and gave like a half-ass, you know, explanation of why she didn't tell the ladies. Something along the lines of, she wanted the ladies to feel beautiful in whatever they do, blah 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 blah. Personally, it was just a whole lot of BS, but you know, Nonku being Nonku, it was just Sarisha begins to tell a story about how her grandfather came to South Africa, and forced to come to South Africa, and he worked in the farms, you know, blah 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 blah. And it ended off to her saying that she was born in South Africa, so she is a South African. And obviously we know where that's coming from. We're now going back to the not being African enough, which I was just like, oh, again. But I feel like I kind of feel where they're coming from, because they were hurt and they were very offended by the whole not African enough statements, which came from Nonku. So Annie even seconded Sarisha's story of not being African enough. Annie did say that she was very offended, she didn't like that, and you know, she did ask Nonku why she said that, and they didn't really appreciate that because, you know, it creates kind of like a divide in the group of these people are African, these people are not African. And Annie even asked Nonku that because Nonku's dad is colored, which she perceived her dad as not being African, and Nonku's like, of course not. The only reason she said it was that she was speaking on behalf of Latonko, which Latonko quickly came in and was like, no. Wena Nonku, you're very wrong for speaking on behalf of me because I did not ask you to speak on my behalf. So the ladies continue to speak up about Latonko's event and why they were not invited. So KG does ask Latonko what was the real reason why they weren't invited, and Latonko could not explain herself. I mean, I love Latonko, I really do, but I do feel like she is a dodge queen. I've never felt that if someone asks her a question that she will fully answer them. No, she has to like try and get her way out of that situation, which she did because she went on and said Nonku was the one who said this, I did not say this. I didn't feel like Nonku was right on speaking on that. You know, now she's dodging the question KG asked her, and she's now throwing it back to Nonku. Nonku begins to say that the only reason why she didn't invite the ladies was that something about she wanted the people she invited to feel free to speak Isu, which is like, ouch. I'm also a Zulu speaking person, and I did feel what Latonko said was a bit hurtful to the ladies, considering the fact that they were invited to Umemulo but weren't invited to this event. So, you know, it doesn't make sense. So Sarisha says she is hurt because she feels like the ladies will not be free if they are invited. And yeah, KG then proceeds to say that it's very tribalistic, it's very offensive, what Latonko and Nonku and the other ladies who were there are saying, like, it's not fair. And Nonku goes on to say that she didn't really mean it, she was just being playful. And Annie does say that I think it's Annie Sarisha that told Nonku that if you are being playful, then say you're being playful, you know, don't let it go on and on and on and on. And Annie does add that they did try to squash the whole African, not being African enough kind of thing, but Nonku was not willing to, and she was the one who like kind of carried this thing on and on and on. So the part where KG was asking Latonko why, as I said, Latonko answers that it's Nonku's fault and Nonku's jokes are quite offensive. Which Nonku was just like, no, like, don't put the blame on me. Yes, I was speaking for you, but you know, I take full accountability of saying they're not African enough kind of thing. You know, I acknowledged it, but you know, don't generalize that my jokes are always offensive. And you know, they kind of go at it, Latonko and Nonku, and I couldn't really be bothered about that whole thing. And then, as I said, Sarisha says that Latonko is the dodgeball queen. She's always dodging questions, as she doesn't want to answer questions, as I said. And in Nonku's confessional, she says that Latonko likes putting the blame on her. Meanwhile, Latonko knows what she was doing, and KG also said in her confessional that Nonku was just merely saying what Latonko could not say. So how do I feel about that? It's a bit tricky with the whole tribalistic thing. I don't think there are tribalistic people. I'm speaking on Latonko and Ayanda. I don't think they're tribalistic people, but their reasoning for not inviting Annie, KG, and Sarisha to the event, I'm not quite hearing it well. I don't really understand why. At the same time, I do understand, but just to tell the ladies up front that we're not inviting you to the event would have actually stopped this whole thing. So Sarisha says thank you to Mabusi for telling her that she's not coming to events. I'm assuming that's the whole boho chic kind of dinner event. And then KG, I think it's KG or Annie, who asked Ayanda why didn't she come, and then Ayanda says that she couldn't come because of her mom's funeral. Episodes prior, Ayanda's mom did pass away, and she had the whole thing with her mother's funeral. So she tells the ladies that she couldn't come because of her mom's funeral. And then Ayanda adds that no one came to her mom's funeral. So all the ladies there, she said that no one actually came to her mom's funeral, and it was very awkward, to say the least. The ladies were taken a bit back by Ayanda's statement that no one came to the funeral, and the ladies began to say that they were reaching out to Ayanda, they were sending messages to Ayanda. They didn't get details of her mom's funeral. You know, at one point all the ladies were talking at once so they can explain themselves. Why didn't they come to the funeral? Annie said, wasn't it 50 people allowed? And Ayanda was like, no, it was actually 250 at the time, but then, you know, it's fine. If you guys didn't come, you know, it's cool. But I could tell that Ayanda was very hurt for the ladies not coming to her mom's funeral. But at the same time, she was just like, it's fine, you guys didn't know my mother, so it's that, you know, you didn't come, you did come, whatever. And Ayanda just quickly closes off the conversation, like she doesn't want to talk about her mom's funeral. She feels like she's defending her mom's funeral, and, you know, she quickly closes that conversation off. And we go to Nonku. Nonku apologizes to Mabusi again and gives Mabusi flowers and chocolates. So Mabusi in her confessional was like, she liked the fact that Nonku apologized in front of everyone because she embarrassed Mabusi in front of everyone. And Nonku apologizes to Mabusi, as I said, and then, you know, Mabusi and Nonku hug it out. At that time we thought that it was a truce, and, you know, Nonku had forgiven Mabusi had forgiven Nonku, only to find out she did not forgive Nonku, because Mabusi begins to say that it is a confrontation of what she's been hearing about Nonku on the streets, and everyone was just like, oh, what have they been saying on the streets? So Nonku says she doesn't care because what she heard on the streets is a confirmation of the way Nonku is. So we haven't been told what Mabusi has been hearing on the streets. So Nonku is kind of, she's acting all tough, like, I don't care what people say, I don't care about hearsay, you know, I don't care about this, whatever you heard on the streets is what you heard in the streets, and, you know, blah 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 blah. And then before Nonku can even go further, you know, back and forth with Mabusi quickly closes off that conversation. It's just like, you know, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, you know, we're not talking about this anymore, and just closes up the conversation of that episode with Ayanda Ngwane excusing herself. And then we're going to see what happens in episode 12. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment down below, don't forget to watch my previous videos, and don't forget to watch my next video of episode 12. I love you guys for watching. Bye.